you got your
talk
little
for me.
script ready?
Yeah, I need to make sure my mic's turned down this week too.
Yeah, dude, do you have like mic settings for your like poppers and your S's and stuff or no? Yo, by the way, your camera's doing that blur thing again.
Hold on.
All right, yo, 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 yo. How do I sound? How do I sound?
You're good. You're good. All right. We got that up.
Yo, I do got to say the YouTube
That
videos are fire. I wish we could promote the pod more because sometimes when I'm driving, I'll listen to our episode like after I upload it just to make sure it uploaded okay. And I'll be like driving home from work. I'm like, all right, it's been a day. Let me see how the pod sounds. Make sure, give it time to process and all that good stuff. Dude, sometimes I'll be driving home like 15 minutes. I'm still listening. I'm like, if this was two dudes, I would be like, oh, this is halfway decent. Like, what they're saying is good enough to listen to while I'm driving.
I put it on in my truck, and I have YouTube Premium, so I just put the video on and listen to it because you can play YouTube videos with your phone locked. And yeah, it's like listening to a podcast. It's fucking wild. I forget that it's us sometimes.
Dude, if we had like an ad or something we could put it on the Spotify, it'd be lit.
Like, what do you mean? Like, throw in, check us out on Spotify?
No. Like on the videos. No, not that. I mean, like, I feel like our format is just geared towards a podcast. Yeah. For now, until like I have a basement done and we have like a place to sit and chill and like have real decor. But like how we are right now is perfect podcast. This is exactly how The Athletic does it. If you watch The Athletic's podcast on YouTube, it's literally just like 3 or 4 dudes on Discord just like this. Mm-hmm. But then when you listen to it, you're like, wow, this is like high quality. Like this must be great. But it's not. It's just dudes like us. Like some of them use even worse equipment than what we have. But their YouTube video gets way less views than their podcast because obviously they're geared for podcast.
I listen to
We make a banging podcast.
I listen to the two Robbies podcast. The dude
I listen
from
to
NBC.
It.
And forever, they were just like on laptop mics.
Oh, yeah.
Forever. Getting hundreds of thousands of views on laptop mics. So, you could do it with anything. All right, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, boys, let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Matt and Vin.
Oh, wait. Are we streaming?
Yeah, we've been live this whole time.
All right, so I want to do, I got to do a plug for my kids. Short video today anyway. I'm plugging Ogdensburg Rex first win. U12.
All right, that's on stream now. It's not going to be in the YouTube video, but it's in the YouTube stream.
No, that's fine. They get to see the bloopers. The people that log into the stream get to see the bloopers.
All right. We should be live here. Yeah, we are live. Hell yeah, brother. Are you ready? My bad.
Ready.
Vincenzo. Okay, here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Matt and Vin. Today we'll be going over a few things from Matchday 7 of the Premier League. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Spotify, especially Spotify. We're getting a little bit bigger. It's starting to turn into a pod, so make sure you check us out on Spotify and go give us a follow on Twitter. It really helps push our content, and we greatly appreciate your support. First, we're going to get into Chelsea this week. Game was this morning, 9 o'clock. I actually woke up in time, finally.
There you go.
I made
dedicated fan.
I made sure to go to bed early last night so I could get a good night's sleep and I could really pay attention, watch the game. And I was really excited to see Cole Palmer score 5 goals in the first half. And, well, he didn't. We come away with a point today, 1-1. And at times I was kind of sad that I'm like, not sad, but I'm like, are we really going to drop 2 points here? We should win this game. And then at other times I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. We got a point. I don't care. We didn't lose. And I think that's just like my Chelsea mindset, like, oh my God, I'm still thinking of the last 2 seasons. Like, hey, at least we got a point. We didn't lose today. But realistically, with how we've been playing, we should have won this game today. Madueke looked awesome. He was coming in, cutting in off the right-hand side with those left-footed shots, trying to curl him in. He hit the first one a little bit wide on the near post, and then he did it a second time, and I was like, he's going to score one. And the third time he did it, he hits one bottom left corner, beautiful into the side netting. At that time, though, we were already 1-0 down, so it ties it up 1-1, and I'm like, okay, like we're fine here. It's 1-1 now. We're going to come back, get one. We end up getting the red card. First of all, on their first goal, it was James Ward-Prowse. You remember him, right? They don't talk about him as much anymore. But that dude was the best free kick taker in the league. So he lines up for the free kick, and I'm like, oh, my God, here we go. It's really far, but I'm like, still, the dude's going to put it on someone. I know it. And he does. Nice little header in, back across, and Chris Wood just toe pokes it. Chris Wood toe pokes it, bottom right. Hate that guy.
I like Wood.
Only because he scored on me today. Hate that guy. But anyway, yeah, and then we come back, score that other goal, and that's really it. There's nothing else today. Cole Palmer looked good. I'd say his passes looked better than anything today. Nicholas Jackson looked like old Nicholas Jackson today. He had one chance in the box today that like he probably should have made a better chance out of, maybe scored. But he ends up, cutting back, turning around, doing an Anthony spin, and then crossing it back, and nothing came of it. So, there was, 13 minutes of stoppage time where they're a man down. I'm like, we got this. Like, we're going to score. No, we just, I don't know. They were coming at us at one point. I was like, how are we doing this? We're at home against Nottingham Forest, a team that's not as good as us. Relax.
Dude, I wouldn't. No, because you listen here. You continue in 1 second, but you said they were getting relegated.
I'm on a rant.
They're in goddamn 10th right now.
I said they were going to get relegated. Yes, I did.
They're doing fine, dude. So yeah, you're in 4th, and you're right. But Nottingham Forest is way better than I think most people thought they would be. Honestly, I don't think that this is a fluke 10th.
They're better than I thought they were going to be. So
obviously,
much better. Yes, they looked good today. They did. João Felix comes in. He should have scored. Absolutely should have scored. And Nkunku almost scored. I mean, it was just, we should have won. We should have won. So I'm not upset.
What did you think of the red? The past couple weeks we've been talking about red cards, but that one wasn't controversial, but it was kind of funny, right? Right. I'm not mistaken. It's Jackson gets in behind in a beautiful through ball, and Ward-Prowse goes down and literally just grabs the ball.
Yeah.
It made it seem like he got tripped, but he actually just dove and grabbed the ball with his hands.
Yeah, it was like one of those when someone gets fouled and they go down and hug the ball because they know they got fouled.
But he didn't get touched.
No, he didn't. He just fell and then grabbed the ball. So yeah, I don't know.
We all know it was to stop Jackson because he was in.
The announcer said that was it. It's not a bad red card, realistically.
It's just funny that another red card. We had a lot of red cards.
I thought of that in the moment because this morning I looked up. Has there been a red card this week yet? And I was like, no red cards. And then there's, of course, in our game, they're just handing out yellows. Apparently Nottingham's gotten a lot of yellows. We know Chelsea's gotten a lot of yellows. So yeah, I was thinking like, holy crap, how many did we have? I didn't get a chance to look, but I'm sure it was up there. And then of course there was the red, which again, this goes back to me saying, I think for 2-3 weeks now that this is a red that, could have changed the outcome of a match. Obviously it didn't get them the draw because Chelsea gave them the draw, but I mean, we weren't looking very well. We didn't look like we were playing very well, and maybe Nottingham could have scored if James Ward-Prowse was still on the field.
No, but also if I was a Nottingham fan, I'd be saying, thank God for that red card or we would have lost.
That too. So maybe it is a game-changing red card, but
not saying that Jackson would have finished one-on-one with the keeper because we all know his track record with that is horrendous, but if I'm a Nottingham Forest, I'm clapping as he's leaving on that red card. Like, you actually may have just that was as good as a goal, right?
The hand
you could have just saved our game. Yeah, the hand of Prowse.
And then James Ward-Prowse, he had a free kick too. He had one dead on. shout out to Robert Sanchez. I talk so much shit about that guy. I am not a big
Great
fan.
game.
He played
had a couple
awesome,
insane
man.
saves, dude.
But so did Nottingham's keeper. Did you watch the whole game? I mean, bro, he was going.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
There
I was running.
one where it was like end to end keepers making world class saves in a matter of minutes, and it was. If I was a neutral, it would have been great to watch, but it was hurting my soul to watch. But yeah, so that's about it for me. We got a point. It is what it is. We're in fourth place, right? You put it in the thumbnail, I believe. Yeah, we're in fourth place, so I'm not going to complain. That's it.
No, you couldn't have asked for a better start.
No. Shout out to Robert Sanchez. Love you this week. Hate you next week.
Shout out Robert Sanchez.
Well, we're talking about draws. How about Newcastle, brother?
Yeah, I have to say, it's like the most boring game I think I've ever watched in my life. I'm being genuinely honest when I say here, outside of the obvious of Gordon, terrible penalty kick, horrible penalty kick. Pickford makes a save, but it was a bad penalty kick. So the pressure of the Everton boy got to him clearly. We actually look horrible without a striker. Listen, I don't care. This might be a hot take. This might not be a hot take. I don't know. But if Callum Wilson is on our payroll in January, I'll rage. And hear me out. I know he hasn't played, so you can't sit here and say this has anything to do with him not playing. Oh, wait. That's exactly the problem here. Right? The problem is that we don't have Isak. He broke his toe. Wilson has been injured for months, and he's still going to be out for another month. We literally just don't have a striker. I know the problem was we need center backs. We need right mids. We literally don't have a striker. We don't have a goal scoring center forward threat at all. And it's showing. Gordon played in the center. Osula, $15 million, Eddie Howe doesn't even trust him to play. It's terrible. Once we get into their final third, there's just no creativity. There's just nothing. I have no words. It was a weird game. Good on Everton. They scored, and it was taken back for offsides. So that was that, and the missed penalty were really all I can take away. Oh yeah, no. If we would have lost, it would have been an absolute tragedy. It's good that we drew. We got points away, so that's just the.
Your game's like mine,
lining.
but the opposite, right? It's like you got a point, but you're happy with it. Me, I'm like, I got a point, but I'm like, this sucks, you know? Sometimes
I'm not happy about that point at all, actually.
Listen, you shouldn't have won the game, though, let's be honest.
No, not at all.
So that's what I'm saying,
I think this,
right? Like,
this showed a lot of flaws. Like,
we dropped 2 points, you took a point.
We need a striker. Bad.
Do you need a striker to compete with Isak and maybe take the spot? Or do you just need like an average backup striker who's maybe older to just come in and be a backup striker?
It could be. That could be the approach.
Where's Callum Wilson? Because that's what he should be.
Well, yeah, but he just can't stay on the field. He's constantly injured. And now Isak's starting to show, not this season.
Okay.
And I don't think he's going to be back for like a month. I think a back injury or something.
Okay, so if he comes back in a month, yeah, I know. It's the same story as last year right now, right? Injuries.
I want Gyökeres, that guy that's on Sporting.
Oh, yeah?
That striker over on Sporting, he's a saint.
I've never heard of him. Don't know who you're talking about.
Dude, he is disgusting. But you brought up something because I was thinking about it after the game. I was sitting there kind of just staring at the screen. And I was kind of like, we need another striker, but like it can't be someone that competes with Isak, right? Like you can't bring in a $60 million striker and be like, hey, Isak, hey, look at this guy we just bought, right?
No.
Not saying Gyökeres is $60 million, but people call him like Haaland level of striker over in Portugal. So we can't bring someone like him in.
Yeah, I'm not talking like Isak level. I'm talking someone like, 30 mil versus like someone you get for 10 mil or less. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it was a weird name that I thought of when I was driving, actually, after the game. Rich Arlson. I think
That's
that
like 30. That's what I'm saying.
I think Eddie Howe could probably make him into a monster, and he would be a perfect backup for Isak, and take the pressure off of Isak. Put Isak in for 65 minutes, 70 minutes. You know he has an injury history. They'll make him play 90, 95 every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring in a solid, like you said, 30, $40 million striker where, hey, you're going to play 30 minutes almost every single game, but that's it. So I don't know. I'm not really too happy about it, but a point's a point. So we roll on.
You need a winger too, though. That's the problem, right? Like,
yeah, but our wingers aren't the problem right now. That's the whole thing. And we've yet to really be able to see if we had Isak in, can we do Gordon on the right permanently? So to me personally, when I watch the games, I say right wing's a question mark. But I think that striker, a backup striker, is equal, if not even more important.
Yeah, I never thought you needed a winger. I mean, I've said that multiple times. We know that. But that's interesting. Because even if, I mean, obviously it's good Callum Wilson should be back before January because you can make that decision then. But maybe he'll come back and be that guy for you, right? He's that demographic of player you're looking for. That's just backup striker. He can score goals still. He came in late and scored some goals last season, you know?
He had over 10 goal contributions. I think he had over 10 goals.
Right, there you go. But also, right, like he's a 15, 20 game player, right? And more like a 10 game player and like a 10 game sub player. And Isak, if he's healthy, right, is going to play every game. So that's where you get the where the challenge of bringing in a $30-40 million striker who's a little bit more high profile, who wants to play. You know, sure, if Isak gets hurt, they're happy, they're getting play time, or if Isak needs to manage play time, they're happy. But when Isak's going off challenging Haaland for, realistically, when Isak is just right now, when he's healthy, challenging Haaland for the best upcoming striker in the world, yeah, Haaland's obviously out in front. But, Isak's right up there with him. Who wants to go to Newcastle that is that $30-40 million striker? Which one of those strikers says, yeah, I want to go to Newcastle and sit behind Isak? Because like if
right, it'd be hard to convince. It'd be hard to convince someone of that.
Right. So that's where it gets a little iffy. So, but we'll have to see. Yeah,
we need something. Our attack is atrocious. So,
all right. Well, this is going to be a quick one this week, so we're just going to move on to the scores, and then we're going to get out of here. Nothing too crazy this week, right? I mean, we almost got out without any red cards too. It was kind of crazy. But Liverpool played Crystal Palace. They win 1-0. Liverpool top of the table. Yeah, top of the table, baby. That's
Arnie Slot.
Pretty wild. Arsenal play Southampton 3-1. Arsenal.
I think Southampton had them. Southampton had them sweating for a little bit. I'm pretty sure the game started 1-0. 1-0. Arsenal sweating.
They're on a roll. They also just played a big game in the Champions League October 1st, 5 days ago now. They beat PSG 2-0. So that was, they are on a roll. That's since the Man City game, which they drew 2-2 with a man down. Okay. They have won 5-1, 4-2, 2-0 over PSG, and now 3-1. So Arsenal are on a roll. And if they can stick with it, they could be scary.
That PSG Champions League game was kind of weird. I don't know if you've been following the early rounds of the Champions League, but Luis Enrique didn't bring Dembele.
Oh, really?
As punishment.
Really? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. They're really taking on, just side note, they're really taking on this whole new, because the owner came out and said, like, we're no longer the Galacticos. We're done with the superstars. We're not bringing in superstars anymore. We're going for homegrown young talent.
Yeah, because it's time to fucking win the Champions League. It's not.
Yeah. So So Luis Enrique kind of backed that up because Dembele like said something back to him or something. Or they got in a fight, and Luis Enrique was like, "Remember, this is a team of no stars." He didn't actually say that, but his actions kind of basically said like, "This is a team of no stars, and you're breaking the rules. So you're not coming. You're punished. We're not going to play you."
Good for him. I mean, look what he built at Barcelona. That's what you need.
So. Dude, PSG's funny, dude. Shout out Barcola. I think that kid's going to be insane one day. Watch.
Okay. All right. All right. So next game, Brentford played Wolves, and they win 5-3.
Brentford. I predicted they were going down, and they were in 11th.
I told you, bro. They don't need Ivan Toney, dude. They're nasty.
No, they don't need Ivan Toney. I'm pretty sure Mbuemo is second in scoring right now. I could be wrong, but he's in the top 3, second or third, most definitely. And I think Brentford is at their best home field start since 1937.
Holy crap, that's wild.
While on the flip side, Wolves is having their worst Premier League start to a campaign in the past 20-something years. So it's a very it was a very polarizing kind of game. 5-3, huge scoreline. Brentford again scored within the first 3 minutes of a game. It's like their 4th or 5th time in a row, scoring in under like 3 minutes. It's crazy. I don't know how
they're
do
good,
it, dude.
Man. I'm telling you,
Thomas
Frank, bro. That managing is wild.
1-0.
That guy is gonna end up he's gonna leave Brentford and go to a big club. I'm surprised he hasn't already, and that's the only reason they're as good as they are right now. That's a possibility, and I think that could be the guy for the job to actually turn that.
At this point, Brentford's probably better than Man U.
All right, we'll get into that in a second. Hold on. So Manchester City play Fulham, and they win 3-2. Shout out to Fulham. They're on a tear right now. Yeah, they lose, but they put up 2 against Man City. They make it a game. I mean, hey, man, they're here. They're here to stay. So, but of course, Man City get 3 points, and they do Man City things.
Raul Jimenez had a crazy assist in this game for, I believe, their first goal. A cross came in, and it kind of like fell in the box, ping-ponged off a couple people, and Raul Jimenez was cutting towards the far post, and the ball rolled out to him, and he chipped it over a Man City defender with his heel. He back heel chipped it over right to one of his teammates who just slotted it home. It was insane. At full speed, it was like, dude, how did he actually just do that? Was that on purpose? It was wild. Like, imagine chipping someone with your heel. Crazy. Shout out Fulham. I mean, they smoked us the other day. I know they're fire.
That's the magic of the Premier League, my friend.
Dude, they could have won. 2 times Traore was in behind 1-on-1, and Ederson made 2 amazing saves. That could have easily been 4-3 Fulham. Fulham is no joke, dude.
There you go,
Traore, and Smith Rowe didn't even start.
Really? I didn't get a chance to watch the game, so.
Yeah. No, like Fulham is legit, and Traore is playing out of his mind.
Yeah, that guy's nuts. I think him going to Fulham is probably the best thing for his career.
He's out of his mind.
So, good for him. West Ham play Ipswich. They win 4-1. Didn't watch the game. Don't know much about it, but clearly.
The tractor boys.
Clearly they, were able to put it together, not like when they played Chelsea. They looked rough then.
They put it together against Ipswich Town, so let's not get carried away.
This is true. That's their demographic of team, though, right? They're a relegation team, so
they shouldn't be
with world class talent. Leicester City played Bournemouth. They won 1-0.
Good for Leicester.
Didn't see it. Don't know much about it. Anything? You? Nothing?
No, just good result
for Leicester.
Good result for them.
Keep an eye out for Leicester. We may be having someone come on to talk about Leicester. That's all I'm gonna say. Good friend of mine from the homeland. So the motherland. Newcastle played Everton 0-0. We know about that. Aston Villa played Manchester United 0-0. Just don't say a word. We'll get back to it last. Chelsea played Nottingham Forest 1-1. We know that. Draw. And then Brighton beat Tottenham 3-2. I want to talk about this before we talk about Man U.
That was a game right there. Tottenham, dude, I have no idea what to think of Tottenham at this point. Actually, Honestly, that's why in the thumbnail I just put an Australian flag because I didn't even know what to think of them being in the top six.
Yeah. Well, you said they were up 2-0 and then they come
2-0
back and
at
lose 3-2.
3-2. Yeah.
Does that say more about Brighton or Tottenham? Because this is your whole thing, right? I'm not going to let... We're going to be talking about this for the next 30 weeks. You say Brighton was amazing.
My whole takeaway of this entire game, and the only reason why I paid attention to it and it was even on my radar at all, was because of Brennan Johnson on Tottenham is playing out of his mind right now. 4 goal contributions in 8 matches, one of them being an EFL Cup. 3 goals and 1 assist in his first 7 Premier League games. He's playing out of his mind. But Tottenham as a whole, I have no idea. One day you think like, oh, this team's going to finish in the top 4. And then the next day you're like, oh, this team's going to finish in 12th.
I think that's just the life of Tottenham.
I don't know if you saw, but the real takeaway this whole game, the real scene of this game, you know how there's those moments in football history, like the one Milan Derby quarterfinals in the Champions League, where it's the Inter goalie and, the AC Milan guy, I think it's Rui Costa, is leaning on him while the pitch is on fire because they were throwing flares at the players, and they hit Duda in the side of the head with one in the middle of the game. Wild times at the Madonnina. But
that's football.
It was literally just a picture of Ange Postecoglou standing all alone on the field, just staring. With this, like, what the fuck just happened face. But what the fuck did happen? Danny Welbeck happened. I said to you before we started streaming, this guy in his 30s, it's almost like he just started playing. He is out of his mind right now. I think he's on 5 goal contributions in 7 games, which is the best start in his career ever in his career. When he was Arsenal, all that stuff. Best start in his career ever right now.
That's sick, man. Good for him, dude. And good for Brighton. That's a big game. That's a big win for them. And they're showing everyone in the Prem that they are the team that you think they are. And then last, we're going to end on this. Man U, Aston Villa. Now, I think everyone's being a little harsh on Man U. Okay? This is a good draw for Man U. They actually got a point out of this when realistically, they're so bad that they don't deserve the point. All right? So I think they overachieved here. That's my take.
They definitely overachieved.
Dude, when I started watching football, if you told me that Man U drew with Aston Villa and that was a good outcome for them, I would be like, what are you talking about? No, it's not. That's absurd. That'll never be a good outcome. And today, October 6th, 2024, you and I are sitting here talking about how Manchester United taking 1 point off of Aston Villa is a good outcome. That is ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
You know what's even more tragic? They were talking about leading up to this game. Oh, if they lose, is it all over for Ten Hag? Isn't it the most ironic fucking thing in the world that, like, every time that conversation comes up, they do something stupid, like get a draw against someone they shouldn't? Or the guy's 1 foot out the door. All you have to do is lose. People were calling it on Talk Sport, like Man U fans, and they were like, I'll take a loss if I wake up the next day and Ten Hag is fired.
Yeah, exactly.
And they draw. Yeah, so those fans were probably like, dude, you actually have to be kidding me right now.
And then there's that guy out there who's like, Ten Hag in. Like, bro, come on.
No, dude, they were talking about it on Talk Sport, and it was like Alex Crook, Jim White, and I think Troy Deeney. And Jim White asked Troy Deeney, do you think that Ten Hag is going to make it to December? This was like just the other day. And Alex Crook is in the background going, he doesn't even make it to Halloween, mate. I was like, dude, Halloween is literally in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised. This is shambolic. It's wild to watch.
They're in 14th, dude. They're in a relegation battle. We were just looking at their upcoming game. They're playing Leicester. They're playing who else did I say they were playing? A bunch of teams that are in relegation battles coming up. Man United is playing.
They need it.
Leicester, Ipswich. I think Ipswich beats them.
Okay.
Yeah, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton are their next or upcoming Premier League games for them. Those are all very important games to Man United at this point.
That's crazy, dude. They need those bad just to stay out of a relegation battle at this point.
Yo, but I think actually their next game is Brentford. That's easy loss. Brentford's insane.
Yep. They play Brentford.
Then they play.
I'd be scared.
Way more important
as a Man U fan, bro. I would be terrified of Brentford right now.
Do you know why they're going to lose that game?
Why?
Because they're going to be thinking of their next game.
Oh man, what's that?
Fenerbahce.
Oh my God, are they really in Fenerbahce?
They are playing Jose Mourinho and Fenerbahce in the fucking Europa League. And it's at Fenerbahce.
It's going to be the Champions League final for Fenerbahce.
So they're going to be in that Brentford game shaking at the idea of Jose Mourinho destroying them 2 days later.
That's so fire. I'm so excited for that. All right, well, we're going to end this video again this week talking bad about Manchester United. What else is new, bro? It's not our fault. It's theirs. Next week, we have anything good here. Let's see. Newcastle play Brighton, Vinny. Newcastle play Brighton, Vinny. I would be scared if I were you.
I am scared because Jacobo Mente is going to score on us.
But I
just like when we got rid of Chris Wood and then he came and scored 3 on us. We sold Jacobo Mente. He's going to score on us. Watch.
Don't worry, because you shouldn't be as scared as me. I have Liverpool match of the weekend Sunday at 11:30 for us. It's like 5:30 for England, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's at Liverpool.
Right? These games aren't next week.
Oh, they're not. No,
there's a national break. Yeah.
So 2 weeks. So next video, anyway. Next video, you see us. We will be talking about these games. Chelsea was home this week, and they are away at Liverpool. So I'm absolutely terrified. I'd be cool with another point, but hey, man, I hope Cole Palmer scores 5 in the first half. He's the best player in the world. And I stand by that. Cole Palmer is the best player in the world. Sign him up for 8 more years. So anyway, and that note, I'm done. Vinny, you got anything else to say, brother?
I do just want to do one last plug, a personal plug. Those of you that don't know, Matt knows because he always hears me rant after the games, but I am a rec soccer coach for a U12 team, my hometown team, and we got our first win as a U12 club
that's
Saturday.
Fire, man. Good for you, dude.
We played Matt's hometown, so it was my hometown against Matt's hometown, and Newton is usually an insane soccer program just in general. They've won championships.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, they've won championships all the way up to as high as, the Newton soccer program goes. And we beat them 3-2. 3-2, coming off of a 10-goal loss the week before. We're awesome, playing up a couple flights. So a big 3-2 win. My team's a U10. We brought them up to U12. We didn't think we had a chance. The kids celebrated.
Bird U10s, brother. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. They like they won the World Cup. Our striker got a hat trick. A huge upset win. It was amazing. Awesome. So good for those kids. They deserved it. I'll run them into the ground tomorrow.
It's thanks to you.
Tomorrow they're doing laps.
Good. Run them into the ground.
You can't let them think that they're.
What would Jose Mourinho do? He'd tell him he loves them.
He would shush the haters and then punish them.
He'd tell him he loves them, ask him how their kids are doing, and then make them run laps. And if they don't want to, he'd sit their ass on the bench. Unless you're
Hazard and you don't want to, then that's fine.
Well, that's because he's the best player in the world. If you're Cole Palmer, you can do whatever you want, brother. So, all right, we're out of here. Real quick, again, please like, comment, subscribe. Twitter, Spotify, blah, blah, blah. Message Vinny personally, find his cell phone number and text him that he needs to. Actually, don't do that. Please don't ever do that. But make sure he knows he needs to make an Instagram. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks. Vinny, anything else?
No, I'm out of here.
All right, brother, we're out of here. Peace.